Teach Like a Champion, 49 Techniques That Put Students on the Path to College, written by Doug Lemov. Now, grab a pencil and a paper. Jot down 3 different techniques that you use daily to manage and engage your students. Connections to reading. Stephen Covey states that an effective leader has vision, discipline, and passion. His first 3 habits relate and connect very well to this book. Teach with Your Strength also talks about that you must study the best to be the best. In order to be effective, study those who are effective. This was Lemov's belief. William Ayers talks a lot about creating an environment for learning as well as seeing the student. Key points of Teach Like a Champion. The book is divided into 2 parts, the essential techniques and helping students get the most out of reading, critical skills and techniques. The essential techniques cover, take a moment to read these. And the techniques are specific, concrete, and applicable. Techniques are clear, concise, and practical. Here are some of my favorite techniques. Technique 1, no opt-out. Take a look. You'll notice that Mr. Williams returned to that first student to make sure that that student was accountable for his learning. Technique 3, stretch it. Simply put, a student must defend his or her own thinking. How can you go deeper? Why? How do you know that? What more can you add? Have a student add on to the thinking of another one. Begin with the end is technique number 6. What is the end result? What should the students know by the end of the lesson? Have a plan. Technique 8, post it. Know what are your objectives? Post them in a visible spot for the learners. They need to know what it is that they're supposed to know. They should be aware of that. Technique number 22 is cold call. Instead of the traditional always raising hands for answering questions, the teacher randomly chooses students. This is predictable, systematic, and scaffolded. It also ensures that all students participate and they know that they could be called on at any time. Technique 28, entry routine. How do your students enter class? How do they begin their morning? This technique helps you make a routine that is efficient, productive, and scholarly, and the students know what they're supposed to be doing. Technique 29, do now. You had a taste of this at the beginning of the presentation. The students need to know what are the expectations. They should know these immediately as they enter the classroom. This also takes advantage of transition times in order to help the students focus right away. Technique 34, seat signals. Establish silent seat hand signals for bathroom or water breaks. This reduces interruptions and keeps others on task. Technique 39, do it again. As the saying goes, practice makes perfect. Doug Lemov also likes to say practice makes permanent. If the expectations are not met, have the students do it again until it can be done with excellence. This establishes a classroom culture of success. Do it again. Technique 43, positive framing. State what the behavior is that you want to see. For example, don't run becomes walk. Help your students establish using positive vocabulary as well. Technique 46, the J factor. Discover the joy in learning. Establish different ways to make learning interesting, engaging, challenging, and fun. Consider your students' multiple intelligences and their strengths. Build these into your daily lessons. Technique 49. Normalize error. Let the students know that making mistakes is okay. Take a look.
Chris, would you count the exercises from the board? Okay, what do you think, class? Did you get it right, or were there problems in it? Chris, let's try this again, okay? And I want you to count very carefully and really subdivide those ideas. Very good, very good. Well, let's go back that time, guys. You saw that? Fantastic.
As you can see,
Chris, what
the student will end with success as well. They know that making mistakes is okay, they are valued, and that teacher is establishing a classroom where the students feel comfortable enough to be able to share their thoughts and ideas, even though it might not be exactly right. I like to end with a quote by Doug Lemov. A bit of refinement in your technique could be something you quickly and intuitively apply and could make you exceptional or more exceptional. In other words, invest in your strengths too. Maximizing them can be as or more powerful than eliminating all of your weaknesses. This can connect us right back to teach with your strengths. Focus on this, friends. Teach with your strengths. I hope that you find these techniques to be as valuable in your classroom as I have. Thank you.